And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Nick Morganelli.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us here on ABC6. We survived, right? 2, 3, 4 inches across the state of Rhode Island, lesser amounts to the east, and the jackpot was the Berkshires of Massachusetts and to the Litchfield Hills of Connecticut, where they got 4 to 6 inches of snow. There's also 4, maybe 5 inches up in the Worcester County area as well. All right, let's look at this because it could be a lot worse, right? 30 years ago today, this is the anniversary of the Great Nor'easter of 1992, where 2 to 2.5 feet of snow fell over central Massachusetts, northeast Connecticut, northwest Rhode Island, and the Berkshires got over a couple of feet there as well. So a cold, dry stretch of days are ahead of us now, and we have the water vapor imagery. Let's go back to this again. I just want to show you the rainy Friday coming up, and also December-like pattern the next 10 days. That's what we're talking about. So let's first look at this water vapor imagery. Look at the swirl out here over the North Atlantic. Huge storm in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So this is where we look for the jet stream flow. You're going to have another swirl that's coming in from the storm system that just happened right here. Watch it come off through New England, exit the coastline, and then it starts to spin up. Here it comes, spinning up offshore. So that one's actually going to spin up and go into Nova Scotia and then back up in on us. I'll show you that in just a minute. But there's the current pattern. A deep area of low pressure in the jet stream out over the west coast. There's one out here that I just showed you out over the Atlantic. And in between, we have a pretty fast flow, but it's a cooler flow. But what's happening is it's going to shift just a little bit more when we get more frigid air, Arctic air, infiltrating the northern part of the U.S. into the Great Lakes, and we get even colder here east of the Mississippi River, and that includes New England. So it's going to stay cold and dry. The next 10 days will stay cold. We will have a couple of storms coming in. There is one at the end of this week. This is the overall satellite image. Really nothing to write home about there. There's no storms on the map right now, unless you go out in the Atlantic. There's the one that moved through. And watch how it makes a loop-de-loop here, back over the Canadian Maritimes, and then it comes down across the coast of New England. We're protected by this high-pressure system from that system to the east as it rotates back down and skirts Cape Cod and maybe even Rhode Island with a few clouds, but high pressure keeping us dry. This is Wednesday at 11 o'clock. Here's our next system that's coming in from the plains and the Midwest, and that will bring us the rain for Friday, Thursday night and Friday. Tonight, 22 degrees, a starlit and frosty night. The wind diminishing a little bit. It'll be less gusty tonight, but there'll still be a breeze out there, so you still have that wind chill in the teens. 40 degrees tomorrow. You need the sunglasses, and you'll need the sunglasses again on Wednesday. Check it out, 42. We bump up the temperature just a nudge each day, but then the clouds come in Thursday afternoon and evening, and they drop a few raindrops in here Thursday night. But Friday's the wet day, Doreen. It's an umbrella. I mean, it's definitely a very wet day on Friday. And then we'll dry it out next weekend, so it looks good.
Well, that works. At least a dry weekend. Because we had these really weird weekends
I know.
in December.
Yeah, this time around, it's looking pretty good.
All right. Sounds good, Nick. Thank you so much. Still to come here on the news at noon. It has been